Good afternoon. It's April the 26th. Welcome to the preview for the West Ham game at Up the Red TV with me, Andy. So, Jurgen Klopp had his press conference earlier today. Let's get into what he had to say there. So, let's start with Wednesday's game against Everton. He said he was totally responsible for that. He did not see that coming. He did not see anything in that game that he coached for those players to do. So I think, if I'm being genuine with you guys, I think he's sort of like, as Jurgen Klopp is, always will be, he's protecting the players, because we know that the players were dog shit against Everton. Some of us, it's still hurting. I normally get over games pretty quickly and move on to the next game. This one took me a couple of days to do, so I didn't think that Jurgen would say too much about it. He said, we have to be positive. I will hopefully be enjoying football again. So obviously it hurt him really, really badly. But as I said in my last VT, that look, he had to take some of the blame in picking that team, because they just did not perform. And I think we'll see wholesome changes yet again for the West Ham game. But as I say, I think he was protecting the players by saying it was his responsibility for that showing. So let's just get on to what else he said. Gapco's back. He's had a baby boy, so he said everything's well. He's training yesterday, so Gapco's a shoo-in for me. So yeah, 4 games to go. We need to qualify for the Champions League. Jurgen alluded to that. He said, look, we need a club of Liverpool stature needs to do that. And I've said that for a few weeks now. You know, we need to make sure that we are in the Champions League next season, because financially it brings a lot to the club. Also, whoever takes over and they are recruiting players, the pull of the Champions League is really important. Just on that, he was asked about Arne Slot, the Feyenoord manager, that is heavily linked to the job. Now, you know me, guys, if it's not, I normally say to you guys, look, if it's not mentioned by LFC TV, I'm not going to discuss it. But because Jurgen's it was mentioned to Jurgen, or a question was asked about him, he said, look, I'm not in the process of hiring the next manager, but what I've heard about Arne Slot from others, that he's very good. He said him personally likes the way that his team plays football. Jurgen's not daft, okay? So obviously he said he was told that what Slot had said about the Liverpool job and what's been mooted in the last 24 hours. And he just said, look, what makes him happy, this is Jurgen, is that somebody wants to come to Liverpool Football Club, which is, you know, and to manage it, you know, and to him that's really important. He also said, you know, it's the greatest club in the world, and he said that it's the greatest job in the world as well. So there you go. That's what Jurgen alluded to on the next Liverpool manager. So yeah. So let's move on to West Ham. Before I announce the team, West Ham have lost, is it 6 games or won 1 in 6. They've been heavily beaten at home, heavily beaten away. The last game was a heavy loss. So 2 teams coming on the back of losses. Not really an ideal situation to be in. So we need to win the game. We can't put in a performance like we did on Wednesday and get away with it, because theoretically West Ham are better than Everton. So they'll probably end up playing the same system as what Everton played against us. Looking at set pieces, which we have to do better, 100% better than that. So it's an early kick-off again. Not much for recovery time. We start the weekend's football off. I want us to get 3 points. I desperately want us to give a good performance, because the players that turned out on Wednesday were absolutely dog shite, and rightly so. They've been called out. Some people weren't impressed with the calling out on social media. There was nothing malicious in the call outs. They were saying that the legs have gone, they're not putting a good shift in. There's no excuses at this end of the season. It's the business end. What Jurgen alluded to also, just going back onto the manager that's taking the job on after him, he said it's an inexperienced team, which will bode well for this season just gone, because of what they've learnt, which is the short term, and also in the long term. This will be a good reminder to them how well they have progressed. Jurgen said, look, where we are, we're there on merit. Did he expect that? He expected us to qualify for the Champions League, because that was the prerequisite, but he can't not say how well that the team have done to get where they are and what the expectations were from January onwards, because I thought he believed that something big was happening. So obviously the last 4 weeks we're out of all competitions, and that seriously includes winning the Premier League. We're not going to, Man City and Arsenal are not going to drop two games out of their remaining fixtures. That is 9 on impossible. So it's not going to happen. So we need to do the next best thing, is just to get the 12 points to secure a Champions League position for us. Okay, so my team, no messing about. I think Jurgen will make the wholesale changes. He will get a tune out of players that he feels will deliver on tomorrow lunchtime. So Ali in goals, Trent at right back, although he had an awful game, both defensively and offensively for me. Virgil with Jarell Kwanzaa. Kanate must not start any of the 3 games unless one of the other 2 gets injured, because he is way off form and he's also a liability. Robbo, left back. Midfield, Gravenberg, Maka, and I'd have some bit more energy in there. I'd put Curtis Jones in there. I thought Curtis Jones did all right. People are looking at Harvey Elliott to start in that position. Yeah, that's another good shout. But we need energy in midfield. We need to get the ball moving forwards and not crab style side to side. Up front, Cody Gakpo. In the middle, I'm going to give Darwin Núñez one more chance. I'd play him on the left-hand side, because an out-and-out striker, he's not doing it. and I'd put Luis Diaz on the right-hand side. Mo goes on the bench for me. Definitely way off form. No good playing him at all. He didn't do anything in the Everton game. The chances that he had, he should have been burying them. So yeah, I'm not having Mo Salah in Liverpool starting 11 this weekend because purely of the lack of form that he's in, the lack of intensity for working for the team, staying out on the wing, not trying to get involved inside. That's not good enough for me from one of my three main goal scorers. Talking about goal scoring, we have to take our chances. Really need to put them away. So it's up to, if it was me, Nunes on the left, Gakpo down the middle, and Diaz on the right hand side, because I think he brings us things direct from that position. Bench will be strong, but even they need to come on whenever they're called to do something for the team. People are saying it's now a dead rubber game. Theoretically, yes, it is, but point-wise, it isn't. We need to be getting the 3 points. We need to be making sure that we qualify for the Champions League. So it's really important, and we also show a performance that's worthy of the lads, because there's going to be a lot of our supporters down there in London. They will get behind the team as they've done all season, but the players need to put on a show. Really important. Okay, going to watch the game tomorrow. I'll do a post-match after the game. Hopefully we secure the 3 points, and that'll take us a step closer to where we need to be for next season. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, and if you want to subscribe to the channel, please subscribe. Let's get this channel built up. It would be nice to get you guys, more of you guys watching this channel. And if you've got anything to say, don't hesitate sending your comments in. Okay, let's have a discussion about all things Liverpool. Okay, enjoy your rest of the Friday, and I'll speak to you tomorrow afternoon at some point. Up the Reds.